And Mike, Tamar had a career high tonight. Just what do you see from him? How was he able to do that today?
Well, he finally had a breakout game. I mean, I'm not surprised or shocked. You know, I mean, when we started this journey with this team 5 months ago, he was probably one of our best players playing. And, you know, tonight he kind of put it all together. Boy, made shots. I thought he defended well, and he just did a lot of good things in the short minutes that he played, the 22, 23 minutes that he played.
Mike, we've asked you about this a few times, but through 6 games now, we've seen a number of, I guess today was an afternoon, but games like this where the bench really turned something on and found another gear, particularly in the first half. Are you really kind of seeing that group gel as a group of not just individuals that maybe can make an impact off the bench, but collectively they play well together?
Well, they've shown that they can play well together. You know, in the game against Xavier, we didn't play the bench a whole lot of minutes based on, you know, the team and how the game was going. You know, we kind of I shorted the rotation a little bit. You know, games like this, you can open it up and play a lot of guys, and it gives you an opportunity to read players and see what they can do on both ends of the floor. And when we've had games like this, our bench has been phenomenal in terms of being able to do the things that we've taught them and follow the game plan. So for me, from a coaching standpoint, I'm not afraid to play anybody off our bench. You know, I mean, I felt good about that all season. I felt good about it this summer. You know, we have a better team than we had last year, but we still got to prove it on the basketball floor and during the games.
All right, Tommy, you left and Alex.
Mike, this summer, Tamar Bates that we saw tonight, how much of that is just maybe a year older and a clearer head and just being here for year 2 than year 1? Is all that kind of combined just kind of get him at a more comfortable level?
That has a lot to do with it. You know, I mean, he went through some, you know, I wouldn't call it truly personal issues. He had a baby last year, and, you know, that's a big responsibility for a young kid at his age. And I thought this summer, you know, he accepted it, you know, what he was going through, which he had no choice. And he started to grow up. And these 5 months that we've been together after coming back, you know, he has shown some signs of maturity. And, you know, we're going to need that from him because he can make shots and he can do things from an offensive standpoint that, you know, I want him to do.
Alex right in front, Keegan.
How do you assess just where you guys are as a team right now defensively, and is there anything in particular, like moving forward, that you feel like you're going to have to do better on that end of the court?
Only time will tell, man. I mean, Xavier was the only really big team that we faced so far. So North Carolina is a big team, and they got wonderful perimeter players. They're well coached. So, you know, only time will tell, man. You know, come Wednesday, we'll see where we are.
All right, Keegan right in front, Todd.
Speaking of North Carolina, how much of a challenge does it present that while they may have underperformed to this point this season, they are very battle-tested coming into this game at Assembly Hall on Wednesday?
Who said they underperformed? I don't. What's their record? They haven't lost a game, so I don't call it underperforming. You know, they're doing what they're supposed to do, and you know, you got 2 teams that will probably be undefeated come Wednesday. Something's got to give, so only time will tell.
All right, Todd on your right, George.
Mike, Trace comes back today. What's his comfort level right now, and what's your philosophy on how to manage what his comfort level is?
Well, he didn't play a lot of minutes today. You know, we'll go back and assess where he is, and you know, he's got these next few days to get ready for Wednesday's game. So, like I told him when I broke huddle, you got guys that are a little beat up. You got to get in and get treatment and get yourselves ready for Wednesday, because that's our next game.
What do you guys built up a pretty good lead there towards the end of the first half, and then they kind of let it get away a little bit. What did they cut the lead down? What did you tell them at halftime, because they jumped out in the start of the second half with a nice spurge?
Well, I didn't think we finished the first half really well. The last 2-3 minutes, I thought they had their way. And again, you're not going to just shut teams out. I mean, they made some tough shots, but it was a lot of miscues in that last 2 to 3 minutes when I went back to the bench and brought, Race and Trace back in. And Miller, we just didn't close it like I would like to have seen it. But I thought coming out to start the second half, which we had been flat, I thought Little Rock, we came out very flat in the second half. And they scored the first couple buckets against us. But tonight we came out clicking in the second half and did all the things we needed to do to stretch our lead and secure the win.
All right, Mike, last one.
Coach Xavier Johnson's much more efficient offensively this year to start the season than he's been throughout his career. Is there anything you can point to as a reason for that?
Well, again, the first couple of the games, I didn't know where X was. And, I thought the Xavier game, he was back to OX again. And he's been playing well now since the Xavier game. I mean, doing a lot of – I thought he had a wonderful floor game against Little Rock. And then tonight – he made shots, and he ran our offense and got the ball where it needed to go and defended. So I can't ask, much more from that than what he's done. So he's just got to keep it going. I mean, we need him as a senior to run our team and get us where we need to go.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right.